Origins of Bastet. Bastet, also known as Bast, Bast, and Basti, is the African cat goddess of the ancient Egyptian religions. She was the goddess of warfare in Lower Egypt of the Nile River Delta region. The panther god idol first appears in Fantastic 452-1966, with the deity also being referred to as the panther god. In Black Panther 21-2000, written by Christopher Priest, it was retconned that the panther god was the Egyptian cat goddess Bast or Bastet. Over time it was shown that Bast can assume male and female forms. Bast became the panther god of Wakanda, sometimes also in the feminine form. His sister Sekhmet became the lion god, another cult in Wakanda. In Black Panther 13-2017, written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, it was revealed that along with other African gods, Thoth and Ta Egyptians, Koka Orisha from Benin and Mujaji South Africa, integrates the pantheon of Wakanda. The Orisha. Orisha is a Yoruba word that means spirit or deity. It is a name used to define African gods. The Orisha and humans expelled the originators from Wakanda. In addition to Sekhmet, Bast had rivals with his other sister, Kaililuna, and Magba. Black Panther Limited Series. Bast possessed the body of a man called Sekhem Navali from Azania who prayed for his blessing. The man soon transformed into a panther humanoid with superhuman physical abilities, killing several people and leading a revolt among the Azanian populace against their European oppressors. At the same time, T'Challa was immediately depowered, feeling weaker and more exhausted than he had ever felt after defeating a pair of panthers. T'Challa would soon come face to face with the panther humanoid, who revealed then Bast left T'Challa because he didn't adequately help the people of Azania. What T'Challa claimed he did to help them was not enough. After a brutal battle throughout the techno-jungle, T'Challa was able to defeat the panther humanoid with the traps that were available, transforming him back into a normal man. But, Bast confronted him in his true form, smacking T'Challa aside. When T'Challa admits that he hasn't done enough for his people and that he will never stop fighting, Bast leaves after saying that he has learned what he needed to learn, regaining his faith in T'Challa as the Black Panther. The client. Bast would soon come to T'Challa's aid when Mephisto attempts to take his soul in exchange for the lives of those in Wakanda. After releasing his hold on Michael Achebe, Mephisto touched T'Challa's soul. He was immediately transported to another plane of existence, where he was immediately overpowered by the numerous souls that were connected to the Panther God. Secret Invasion. When the Skrulls disguised themselves and attempted to conquer Wakanda, it was the Panther God who revealed the hidden Skrulls to T'Challa via his dreams. While the Skrulls were able to hide their identities from both technology and telepathy, they couldn't hide their souls, which the Panther God saw. This knowledge allowed for T'Challa and Storm to launch an effective counterattack against the alien invaders and successfully defend Wakanda. Worlds Apart. Later, during Worlds Apart, Storm called upon the Panther God for aid against the Shadow King. Though angry at first, the Panther God agreed to hide in Storm's mind, and when the Shadow King attempted to take control of Storm, the Panther God revealed herself and devoured Shadow King. Deadliest of the species. After T'Challa was nearly killed by Dr. Doom, his younger sister Shuri stepped up to replace him. When she appeared before the Panther God to be blessed, she was initially deemed unworthy due to her pride and hubris. However, she wasn't devoured and later received the Panther God's blessing and truly became the Black Panther after she defended and helped to defeat Morlun. Doom War. Dr. Doom appeared before the Panther God and had to pass a purity test in order to retrieve the vibranium. Initially the Panther God was unimpressed by Doom, but Doom appealed to the Panther God by revealing that if he were to be given the vibranium, he would bring peace to the world under his rule. Proving the purity of his intent, the Panther God allowed Doom to take the vibranium. Chaos War. Bastet is one of the most powerful Heliopolitan gods and is the one who grants power to the Black Panther. Bastet recently died fighting the Chaos King's armies alongside the mighty Kraken of Greek mythology, giving the god squad just enough time to escape the former realm of the Shinto pantheon. X Factor. Bastet was revealed not to be dead at all and also interested in Hrimari's and Wolfsbane's son Tyr as he is about to be born. She fought with Kasha and Okamai and even Helita to get her hands on him. T'Challa and Reed Richards seek out Bastet the cat goddess in the city of Necropolis, where the souls of deceased Black Panthers reside, while Shuri, Storm, and Sue seek out Bast the Panther god during a pilgrimage. T'Challa approaches Bastet with the intention of becoming the Black Panther once again, but Bastet questions what would be done with Shuri. As an alternative, Bastet offers T'Challa a greater responsibility, in which accepts. Meanwhile, Shuri, Storm, and Sue do battle with Anubis and his undead warriors, until Bast comes to the rescue and devours him. Back in Necropolis, Bastet tells T'Challa that there will be fire in the sky, accompanied by a great flood events that took place in Avengers vs. X-Men, destroying Wakanda and killing millions. She then empowers him with the strength and knowledge of all of the Black Panthers before him, deeming him the Black Panther once again. Because Reed accompanied him, his fate was bound with T'Challa's. Blood Hunt. Eons ago, the first vampire demon Varney steals vibranium ore which is protected by the Ennead deity Te. With this, Varney intends to forge a gate that will ascend him to godhood. One of the first Wakandans, a prisoner of Varney, manages to steal the ore and flees the temple. She is killed by Varney, and this sacrificial murder is witnessed by Bast and the moon god Khonshu, who both manifest their physical forms to investigate. Khonshu demands that, as a traveler murdered under the moon, the woman was protected under his watch and demands vengeance, but Bast warns him that this land is hitherto unclaimed and thus does not fall under the Ennead's protection. Khonshu protests that Varney's plan is blasphemous, but Bast, in her sage wisdom, insists that Khonshu calls a meeting of the ruling deities of northern Africa, the eastern Ennead and the western Orisha. Bast attends this meeting between the night gods of the surrounding territories, herself, Khonshu, Gekre, Te, and Eshu, listening to Khonshu's forewarning of Varney's transgressions and his planned force of justice. Bast agrees to confront Varney along with Te and Gekre before the Orisha of War Koka interrupts the meeting of gods, insisting that he too join. Together the four African deities assault the temple of first blasphemy, where they free the mortals and punish Varney for his crimes. Bast guides the mortals out of the temple and tells them to retreat from this land, then return in 3 days' time to a new territory that is protected by the Ennead and Orisha alike. On this land they will be safe, the land that will become known as Wakanda. Esha binds Bast to the land of Wakanda. Bast rejoins the fight between the North African deities and Varney, where an enraged Koka unleashes his fury and destroys every vampire sired in the area. Bast, Khonshu, and Te attempt to calm him, but the carnage alerts Eshu, the Orisha of orderliness and law, who ends the battle. In his judgment, Eshu commands all present gods but Khonshu be bound to this land. Bast initially resists the orders of an Orisha, but concedes to his power before cursing Koka for his damaging the land. To recommends they call on the power of Anuket to bring water and life back to the Wakandan soil, and so Bast summons her to wash away the evil of Varney. In the present day T'Challa has been turned into a vampire by the Varney-possessed blade, and commanded to locate the ancient temple of first blasphemy in the depths of Lake Victoria. There he is confronted by Bast, who is disappointed by Varney's corruption following through T'Challa's veins, but nonetheless offers him guidance. Bast summons the Ennead goddess Anuket to aid T'Challa in locating the temple, wishing him luck in purging the vampiric sickness from this land. Upon using the impossible city to teleport the temple to Central Park, T'Challa is brought back to the surface by the waters of Anuket to Bast's side. Bast welcomes her champion back with a gift, the heart-shaped herb, which purges Varney's influence from the Black Panther.